Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the stream. Just a bit, we're going to be working on our game. It's the last week for Game Like Jam 10. A cool Minecraft game jam or game jam with Minecraft. This is a Game Like Jam 10. The goal is to make a game similar to classic Minecraft. Two people have already made two different Minecraft-like games for Saturn. Need to try the second one. Hope more people will try it. There's going to be lots and lots of Minecraft likes. I think there's 195 people in this. There's usually about 30 submissions. So I'm going to expect a lot of Minecraft likes. We've got a lot of competition. And I'm going to be honest, I am not planning to score very highly this time. I think a lot of other people have put out... I've looked at the progress of a lot of other people. A lot further along than I am, and I don't think I'm going to be able to catch up in this week. And that's okay, because I am more or less caught up with my... there's one more thing I want to do on my goal list. This is not my goal list. This is my goal list. Learn Blender, implement at least one Blender shape in the game. I did that. It's atrocious, but I did it. So technically that qualifies. We've got to do basic rigging. And I think the way I'm going to do that, we're not doing that today, but the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to implement a cube for a hand, and then we're just going to use rigging to make it animate. So that's it. If we do that, we'll have the Blender shape in, we'll have basic rigging. Oh, this, I know how to do that. It's with the Sprite 3D. Let's roll that one into this. Basic rigging. We'll do this one as well. No mini map. Success. I'm gonna take it. I'm happy with that. I've learned quite a bit, more than I expected, working on this, and I've been on a little bit of an adventure because I took my game and I actually tested it on a test device, not on this computer, but on a different computer, which is a lot weaker. And when I tested it, it was atrociously bad. I think the Saturn Game Jam is also soon. I think August for the Saturn one. Not familiar with that one. When I was testing my game, I had this problem with the Wolfenstein-like as well. But that was a completely different problem and a completely different solution, but I didn't know it. But when I tested it on my test device, I got about 5 frames per second when I was looking in most directions, which is unplayable. It's completely unplayable. And I panicked. I said, oh, shoot. How do I resolve this? Because going through my code and refactoring how I do meshes at this stage of the game is going to take all of my remaining time. And I was looking for okay, what if I cut the number of blocks in half? What if I just have half as many blocks? And what was maddening was that doing that had no effect on my frame rate. It was still 5 frames per second. Why is it so slow? It took me way too long to figure out that the problem was actually... where's my game? There it is. Is this the skylight? This single light was soaking up all of my frames. If I turn off the light, 60 frames a second, even on my test device, and the world's dark, and that sucks. But maybe there was something. I went through all of the settings twice to try and figure out what can I do here to make this more performant, and I don't really know what I'm doing. So maybe there is an option here that I just don't know. Like there's a whole, where's the shadow section? There's this whole section here. I don't know what any of this means. And half of this stuff has really useless descriptions. That's I'm sure this makes sense to someone who doesn't need this tooltip. This makes sense to them. But to me, I don't know. Playing around with these did help with the performance. I I think we're getting 30 frames per second on the test device, which is playable. It's not, we're not going to win any awards with that. And I don't know if that's something where it's like, I should just not be using a skylight, period. I should just give up on that. Switch to emissive lighting. Emissive lighting looks bleh. So I'm not happy about that. But if that's the only way to make it playable, all right. Then we'll just take 20th place and that's fine. This is what it looks like right now. Oh, I added trees. And I did update the temperature UI as well. When I say trees, I mean these are just stacks of wood, but they're trees. We're not adding leaves because I don't know. I just don't know. Performance, okay. We're not out of the woods yet on performance though. I will be spending more time trying to squeeze as much frames per second out of this as possible. But not here. What we will be doing today, before I get into that, let me show off the Blender shape that I added. So prepare to be underwhelmed. Turn one log into one campfire. There it is. It's 4 cubes that are orange. Now, that's not what it looked like when I made it in Blender. The cubes are correct. That's not what I expected them to look like. The cubes are correct, but the color was completely different. And when I imported it into Godot, I was like, did I do it wrong? And it's possible that I did it wrong, but I am not entirely sure why it looks like that. I need to fix this. It needs to be brown. It had a wood texture similar to that. I took the colors from that and I painted them on. It might just be like, I need to export the texture and that's a separate thing. I don't know. But how this looks was not worth the effort of loading up Blender. Blender is a tool that it's not like mega complicated to use. It is mega complicated actually. I want to use it all at once for all of my modeling needs. I don't want to have to go, I'm going to use Blender for 5 minutes today and then forget about it and then come back a week later, use it for 5 minutes. Because there's a lot of hotkeys and a lot of like UI eccentricities that you just kind of have to memorize that I did not have memorized. So like, I want to make a box. How do I do that? Oh, I have to click this here, then I have to click this here, then I click box. Oh, okay. I'm going to move that box. How do I do that? I have to press G and then move. It's like, okay. How do I reshape the box? Okay, what kind of reshape? You have 10. It's the kind of thing where like this probably would have taken someone who knows Blender 5 minutes to make, tops. 5 minutes. This took me like 3 hours. And the thing I made in 3 hours doesn't look like this. It looked a little better, but this is the output of 3 hours, and that's sad. But alas, what I would like to do is take this and make it affect the temperature. So right now our temperature bar is just going down. It only goes down. And that makes sense in the sense that like the world is cold, but I would prefer if the player was able to heat up. And by that, on the same note, I also want to add snow because this does not look like a wintry, cold landscape. This just looks like, I don't really know how to describe it, but we're going to add snow and we're going to make our campfire temperature aware. The way that I'm thinking of doing that is we're going to attach an Area 3D. We already have an Area 3D. What is this doing? Oh, this is probably collecting items. Should I rename this? Maybe we can make this part of the temperature component. We can slap an Area 3D onto our temperature component. And we can tell this, look around for items that are on collision channel. What do we have? Blocks, items, layer 3. Let's make layer 3 temperature. And then we'll just set our snow and we'll set our campfire to be on layer 3. And then we'll say, okay, look around for all objects on layer 3. If you see a snow, or we'll have a like temperature variable, and we'll say, get that block, get its temperature variable, and then adjust the ambient temperature based on it. So basically, if you're standing next to snow, it's cold. And if you're standing next to the campfire, it's hot. That's it. That's all we're doing. It should be pretty simple. It should be pretty simple. So obviously, we're just going to do it in 5 minutes, right? Let's go ahead here. Let's take our add child node. Nope, before we do that, let's actually add snow. We've already added the campfire. There it is. Let me just show it off here. When I first saw this, I was a little underwhelmed because I was like, I can make 4 cubes in Godot in the editor. I could probably do it in 5 minutes, and it would look about as good as this. But when I like dug into, this is not the thing. This is the campfire itself. Open that, yeah. This is actually a mesh array mesh, and there is some like funky special stuff going on inside here that Blender has taken care of for us. And I don't like, there's a shadow mesh. I don't even know what that means. We have a shadow mesh. Great. Do we have a material? Oh, we do have a material. It's this. Not impressed. We can replace this material pretty easily and probably recover the remaining value from Blender. There is enough going on behind the scene that was probably worth doing this in Blender and then importing it into Godot. Even if this is like hilariously simple. I need to learn array meshes. I will not be doing that this game jam, but I do need to learn about array meshes and how to implement them, because that seems like the best way to do something that is optimized, performant, and really gives you the control you need to do whatever you want. If I don't want my game to consist of only squares. Array mesh. We're going to make a new block. I'm going to take an existing block and I'm going to copy it. We're going to take the dirt block and copy it. We're going to call this the snow block. We're going to do something quite unusual. I've been dreading doing this because I think it might break stuff, but we're going to take the collision shape and we're going to shrink it by a lot. And then we're going to take this block and we're going to shrink it by a lot. And then we're going to take this texture. We're just not going to have a texture. It's just going to be white. We'll add a texture in the future. That's not the critical part of this. This is snow. It's not complicated. It's not meant to be like a huge blocker. It's just there to be annoying. And we don't even really need to regenerate it. We can just, it's snow. It's there. Once you dig it up, you're good. You've cleared out all the snow. Good job, player. You can have a snow-free world. But it existing is a problem. I need to set the collision. That's done up here, actually. Collision, we're on layer 3. We're going to rename this layer to the temperature layer. We're on layer 1 and layer 3. Is this layer is what they're on, and mask is what they listen to? Mask is what they scan, detect. Layer is what they exist in. Okay. I don't like those names. Those are not good names, but I'm sure I'm sure there's a reason. That's why they're called what they are. We need to make a new block data, and we're going to copy the dirt, snow. I think I need to give this a temperature level. Or maybe I don't. I just make a script. Okay, it can be broken, but let's make it really annoying to break. And block limit. Actually, can we make it not drop anything? Because I don't want the player to pick up snow. I would prefer you break the snow, it's gone. You just get rid of it. How do I do that? I'm going to say, how do I do that? I mean, what have I given myself to do that with? Maybe if I set con block drop. Probably going to need to write a if block drop in here and block drop is not equal to null. Like that. And then we go back here and we just take our favorite thing, duplicate snow. And we just set this to null. And we're done. Almost. We need to do a few more things. We need to apply this script to that. And then we need to go to the snow. We need to apply the script. Hello? Oh, there we go. This is not dirt. This is snow. Okay, and then we need to do one more thing. We need to go to the world. Well, we need to register this block as a thing that exists. Block helper. Const snow equals preload res block snow dot scene. I don't know, pick a number. 7. And then we go to the world chunk. And where we're setting air here, we need to add one more layer. Done. Now we should get snow. Okay, well, I deserve this. This is almost correct. So the snow is covering, okay, so the snow is just off position. That's kind of the problem. It needs to be lower. Oh, and we shouldn't be able to walk on the snow. That's kind of right. Why is this newer on disk? Huh? Don't worry about it. Let's go back to our scene with the dirt, the snow. Get off layer 1. And then we need to adjust this, the position of this, I think. Oh, you know what? It occurs to me, I probably don't need to adjust the collision shape. I probably didn't need to adjust it. But this does need to be adjusted. We need to put this at the bottom of the collision jammer. 0.4. Nope, that's the wrong way. What if we do negative 0.4? Is that right? I hope it is. This is even worse. I think the problem is because there's snow above us, we're not bothering to render. Why does it look like there's snow everywhere? We're not bothering to render. Oh, Oh, you know what? Whoops. Okay, well, that's not what I was hoping for. Let's try it. J equals 19 plus height. Where's the snow? I'm a little confused. If J equals 18 plus height. Oh, that's way too high. Oh, I see the problem. This should be 12 plus height. Yeah. But why isn't it appearing at all? Let me see that. That should exist. What if I make it collidable again? Better plan, make a jam-like game for Minecraft-like. Why not? Why is this not working? There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted. Now, it's not exactly what I wanted because, yeah, because this snow is here. That means adjacent blocks don't need to exist, which, that shouldn't be. Oh. Oh. What? What? Really? The whole point of this was to catch this kind of thing, and it's not catching it? Oh my god. How do I make sure that this... If item core... Really? Okay, yeah, that makes the block below it appear. Oh. Oh my god. How are we getting here? Is it because we're trying to add nothing to our inventory? I should think, how are we getting here? We're calling add item to inventory, and add item to inventory is... What are you? Your item core is empty, but you have a collider. Why are we creating this? This shouldn't exist. Let me go back to... What is it? Block drop. Oh. Yeah, we shouldn't do that. We should just skip that whole set item as block. Input.game Input handler to game to add child item. No, there's no item. If this is null, then no item. Okay. How's that? If block drop in block data. In this case, I should do item.queryFree because otherwise that will be a memory leak. Else. Oh, create an item and immediately throw it away. That's the efficient way to do things. Okay, but it shouldn't crash anymore. Yeah, and then we should see the block beneath the snow appear, which is... All right. So one way we can fix this is, well, we need to go to the code that is responsible for hiding and revealing blocks. And we just need to make it aware that some blocks are special and do not count. I should say air or snow. I think that's I think this is the load bearing function that I can just change, and we're late enough in the game jam that if I slap together some spaghetti code, I won't get punished for it. No, I shouldn't say that. I'll always get punished when I say that. Never mind. But yes, this is the load bearing function. If there's error, then we make this block happen. I should rename this to open space. What is error? Error is blockhelper.error. Huh. Okay. Can I do something like, nope, snow dot has? Can I do something like that? That seems like it's working. Why is air and snow different colors? Also, if I'm going to be doing this 6 times, const air blocks there we go. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Bum. That should fix our problem and have our performance, which is, you know, it's great. It does look vaguely snowish. Are we walking on it? Oh, we are. Oh, okay. That's because I still have the collisions. Let's fix that. Turn that off. I think this will break us being able to break the block. Yeah. We need to make the input handler aware of layer 3. I'm not sure what this mask is. Yeah, I don't actually know. Dear input handler, you have a thing that lets me specify what mask I am colliding with when I right click and left click. Collider, cast, okay, it's in the cast helper. That makes sense. Cast helper, we have a function ignore objects. That should be ignore items, not ignore objects, but whatever. Oh, I need to do bitwise operations. How do I bitwise? Wait, this should be in the docs. Collision mask. Oh, that is not the correct. Shoot. Okay. Godot, hold on, let me do this over here. Godot bitwise mask encode. Yeah, I recognize those symbols. It's been long enough that I don't want to just wing it and be wrong. Set collision layer bit 0. What? That's a function? Really? Wrong again. I mean, that would be a great function if it existed. Does it exist? Hold on. No, it doesn't. Copy. Legacy Godot 3. Oh, wait. I'm reading the AI nonsense again. Set collision layer bit. Okay, that is a real function. In Godot 3.4. Okay. Set collision mask value. Why would we why rename that? Is this a function? No. This is, okay, this is 4.7. This is the most up-to-date set collision layer value. This is attached to a query. Where's my create? There it is. This gives me this. This does not give me any helper functions. There's some functions. They'd be really useful to have, but they don't exist here. Great. All right, anyway. Let's just do this the easy way. I mean, not the easy way. Let's do this the the bitwise operators away. Which is the operator that I want? I don't want to bitch. No. I bet it's the pipe. Is it the pipe? Use the pipe operator. Here's an example, but this is not a helpful example. Okay, can I get someone better to... And to enable. Oh no. How do I set bit flags? Setting bit flags. Car and const tires. So that's... Wait a minute. How do I set collision mask to... Yeah, I do need this. That is not... I did not copy that. I was lied to. Copy? Just kidding. You don't get to copy. What in the world? Oh, what is it copying? Whatever. I'll just grab it from the wrong browser. All right. We have 32 different physics layers. Yeah, that makes sense for a 32-bit int. Oh, okay. So the thing actually says what bit value I want. I want value 4. Okay. Value 2. Value 1. Okay. Okay, I get it. Okay, so there's 3 that we're not, has nothing to do with what we're trying to set here. Okay, so query.collision mask. If I'm setting ignore objects, I actually want to give me the, what's the nor? What's the not? Bit operations. Please tell me. Add ampersand is and, or how do I in bitwise say off? Set this to 0. And if both bits are 1, oh, okay. I just need to, okay, there it is. I need to and this with 0. Is that right? Doesn't seem right. This should turn off this. All right. Sorry, I was not mentally prepared to dredge up this knowledge. And maybe I should have been. Disable a flag and a not operation. Oh. Okay. So not 0x2. Okay. Do I have that right? I feel like I have this way wrong, but this is something I'm ready to press buttons over. Okay, so we can break snow again. And I'm pretty sure that we are still ignoring items, so I just need to... Oh, this doesn't drop items, right? The snow is in the way. That's annoying, but... Okay, yeah, and items are not being blocked by... Alright. What happens if I try... Okay, that's standard Minecraft behavior. So the snow is working as you'd expect it. This outline is not, but... I don't know. Ooh, that's a lot of XP. Snow should not be worth XP. Whatever. We have snow. It exists on layer 3 and not layer 1. We gotta block the campfire over here. It exists on layer 1 and layer 3. Now it's time to go to our temperature component and make an area 3D and just recognize whenever we intersect a block that is on layer 3. Let's go. This node has no shape, so it can't collide. Try giving it shape. This shape has no shape. Try giving it shape. Okay. I think we can make this like 4. We can make this not small. I hope that doesn't crash the performance. We would like there to be performance. That's more important than getting this temperature bar working. I would like to just have this thing recognize when a body shape enters. Actually, we should probably also recognize when an area shape a body enters and a body exits. These can... Where the heck? Oh. We can have these be the same function, but like, whatever. They can also be a different function too. Grant body entered. Body. Grant body exited. Body. And now we should see our... Oh, wow. Okay. You know, maybe 4 is big. It's bigger than I thought. I can't tell if the print, if it's just not working anymore. We should be entering and exiting all the time. Or is this radius so big that it encompasses the entire world? Can't add button. Yeah, okay. I don't know how to make those errors not happen. All right, back to this. Let's make the radius small. Why is that happening? I do want this to be every time you break a block, update the temperature, ambient temperature. What we could be doing instead, instead of having these signals, we could just, in the physics process, Like every 5 seconds, we poll the world and we say, okay, how many static bodies are around, or how many bodies are around me that are temperature sensitive? And then we can be like, okay, 99% of them are snow, 1% of them is campfire. Let's set an ambient temperature, which is just hard coded right now. Maybe that's I don't know why this isn't working, but maybe that's fine. And I think the best way to do this is with a timer, but I'm lazy, so I'm not going to do that. Var timer, temp timer, const temp interval 2.0. Ferp. And then temp timer plus equals delta if temp timer is greater than temp interval. That should be in caps. Temp interval. To say it with confidence. It's a constant. You can't just lowercase your constants. That's ridiculous. Then we set our temp timer to 0, and we politely ask our Area 3D, yo, how many people are you intersecting? Who are you intersecting right now? I don't want to know, are you intersecting? I want to, yeah, there it is. Get overlapping bodies. For collider in area 3D.get overlapping bodies. Let's just print collider for now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're printing. It doesn't look like we are, but we are. You can tell by the scroll bar getting tinier and tinier. Oh, you can't see it because I'm in the way. Whoops. Instead of printing, is there a way to print like the name? Let's see, we got the static body. So the static body, if I am correct, is this. So we just need to get the block data. We can just print the block data.name. It's probably called block name or something stupid. Stone better. Why is stone showing up? Did I not set the array, I didn't set the temperature components area to only be on collision 3, did I? Oh, I didn't even set it on. Nope, that's not where that goes. There we go. Only collide with snow. We're not getting anything. Nothing. Well, it's not ideal. What if we what if you turn this back on? Okay. Oh, we're not even getting the snow. Why is this not hitting anything? Why is this not working? What is rate pickable? Okay, well, Bad news, us. For whatever reason, can't sense snow. Can we sense campfires? Let me make a campfire. Why is it still in my inventory? Oh, it's not. Why isn't that clearing? This shouldn't be here anymore, and it's not. It's not getting cleared correctly. That's weird. That's me to figure out in just in due time. Oh. We can't break this without the game crashing. Oh, jeez. That's not the bug I'm trying to fix right now. The bug I'm trying to fix is, why can we not see our snow? It's on layer 3. I don't know what this mask is. Do I need to set the mask on 3 as well? Crap. Turn that off. Disable mode, remove. The collision shape is exactly the same as all other shapes. So there's no excuse. Why isn't it getting detected? What are we doing wrong? Now I am curious. This was detecting bedrock earlier. We're too far from bedrock for that to be. Oh, whoa. This is, oh no, it's on the mask, not the layer. Yeah, how are we detecting bedrock where we're at? Where is our area 3D node? Did I not save this? How are we detecting bedrock? Where is our temperature component? Why is this taking however long it's taking? Give me that. Where is my remote? Well, that's mighty sus. How did I break this? Okay, there it is. Now, according to me, where's my player? Oh, no. Where's anything? What is happening? Is this like breaking the universe? Where are my blocks? feel like I've been betrayed. I don't want to have to like undo a lot of this to figure out why. What if I just restart Godot, the Godot and editor? What if I just do that real quick? I don't want to open this. Just don't open that at all. It's fine. I don't need to open it. I'm not doing anything in there. Okay, now if I press the remote, it's gone. There's no remote. Okay. And if I go in here and I just cut this out, that doesn't bring it back. Oh, let me look at the errors. What are the errors? Oh, are we getting... Did I just... Where is this happening? The debugger. Condition error not okay. Size. Greater than the buff size is true. Continuing. What? How did I get here? I don't need either of these. Ooh. That's a good warning. All right. We have not hit the error yet, but now we have. Okay. What on earth is happening? Let's Google it. Give me this. Just typing out it. Why am I typing this? Can I just copy this error? Yeah, I can. Does it actually copy? No, it doesn't. I mean, it does, but it copies something. The remote debugger has overflowed or desynchronized, usually the remote scene tree. Heavy log spam or large network packets between the running game and the editor. Large scenes with thousands of active objects can clog the remote debugger protocol buffer. Is it just because we have too much snow? Is all the snow objects? This is where having an array mesh would probably really, really help out. No, there was another object that I can't remember the name of that was recommended for, like, if you need to have thousands and thousands of meshes, don't make thousands and thousands of objects. Put them all in one object. That's array mesh. What am I talking? Well, guess we can disable the snow for now. Or, Go into here. No, not here. Level builder. Yeah, let's just make this only check for. That's not what I meant. This is going to ruin the land, but put a bunch of holes in the. Whoa, I can just fall through that? Oh, because the dirt hasn't spawned. Yeah. But this should restore. Oh, it just took a second to load. Because there's probably 6,000 things in here. Got it. Okay. Let's try again. Okay. The world around us is terrifying, but we have this. Oh. Yeah, there's 6 million things in this Node 3D. What is this? Where's my player? There they are. Go to the area 3D. Really? No, it's in this one. What's your deal? You're on the right mask. Okay, we'll set this back on, and then we will re-enable our this going on. Okay. False, no bodies. False, no bodies. All right. Now I want to check, where is this in the world? So the player position, I'm going to assume is correct. Why is the character body 3D on every layer? Don't worry about it. The player is at position 4.200, and then we're going to assume that the temperature component is at. Oh, this is not a node 3D, this is just a node. This doesn't work because this is a node. Right. Nodes don't have positional information. So we got to make that a node 3D. That's the problem. Our area 3D was just in the middle of nowhere. No man's land. All right, now we have our snow. We are completely surrounded by snow. Excellent. I don't want to just get the name of the snow. I want to get the temperature of the snow. So let's go ahead and introduce that to our block data. Go to our block data. Where is it? Block. Here it is. And I want to export a new variable, temperature. How do I want this to work? Maybe actually I don't do this here. I'll just hard code it in the temperature component. If collider, okay, if collider, okay, const. Block helper dot snow const hot blocks equals block helper dot campfire. I don't have it. I don't have that yet. But actually it occurs to me that this is wrong. The thing I'm doing is fine, but this actually should just be snow. Because I'm looking at the name. So we can do something like, we'll move these variables out of the physics process and over here. And then if there are cold blocks, ambient temp equals 10, and then okay. So this should mean that if we stand near the campfire, no. This should be first. Check for campfire first. If you stand near a campfire, ambient temperature is 90. GG. Else, if you're standing next to snow, ambient temperature is really low. Actually, we just set this to 1. GG. Else, ambient temperature is 30. And we can adjust the cooling rate too to make it more or less punishing. So we can go, okay. Nope, that's wrong. I did it wrong. There we go. So standing next to snow or the campfire makes you change temperature much faster. Yep, there it goes. Instantly dropping to cold. Wow, snow is powerful. I would like to re-enable like blocks existing. Dear blocks exist. Thanks, art. Okay, and now we're freezing. Frostbit. I thought I configured it to be way more impactful than that. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Let me go get some wood. It's going to take like 5 seconds. It's supposed to take 5 seconds to chop this down when you're frostbit. Let's go ahead and make a campfire. Oh, it's going to take forever. There we go. And now we're warm. And then let's go in this hole. Get away from the snow. Nope, we can't do it fast enough. All right. Let me try this again. This is working. It's buggy and I need to debug it heavily. Can I make a pickaxe? I need 3 stone for that. Okay. Nope. I also need to make this so that it glows. I need to add effects to it. I need to do a lot to the campfire, which I'm just gonna do that. All right, and then we need to get away from it so that our temperature starts to What on earth is happening? Godot is happening. How far do I have to get away from it? Like, we're away from it. We're away from it for sure. Why is this temperature component not hitting? Why is it not changing the ambient temperature? Oh, because there's no collider. Dumb. Good afternoon. Welcome, Bone Circuit. If 3D dot has overlapping bodies, then do all this, else do that. Thus solving the problem once and for all. I don't need this. We don't need to print campfire anymore. We are pretty certain that that works now. Okay, and we should see our temperature start to drop. It looks like it is dropping very slowly, which is, that's kind of what I intended. You know, if you're not near snow, okay, can I just dig my way up to snow and then just crush my temperature? Yeah, get that temperature out of here. I don't need it. It's freezing out here. I do want to make it so that the campfire will break snow just on its own, just by existing. I think I'll do that, and then we'll call that victory. Also, I will add a light component to the campfire. No reason not to. Add child node light. Range 5 meters. It's not a bright campfire. I missed the action. We did go through a lot. But there's so much debugging that needs to be done, and there's so much fixing this. All right. Well, that's a light. Like, we can't break this right now. Actually, I could probably fix that right now. Okay. Actually, this is a bug because the campfire should be overriding the snow, and it's not. Damn. Okay, we're trying to access the mesh material, but we're doing that by accessing the mesh instance 3D, and this doesn't have a mesh instance 3D, it's just a campfire. And then the meshes are in here. So, oh, this is us trying to spawn particles. Okay. Smell a combustion engine. It's not good. Oh, geez, I gotta name this something else. Mesh instance node. If mesh instance node, just give up. Oh man, it occurs to me, why are we getting get node in a for loop? Hmm. We could probably do something where instead of making a mesh, we just create like a puff of smoke and we follow this logic. But you know what? Future means problem. Present means problem is to, oh, I didn't debug the other bug. Why is the temperature not respecting the campfire preference? Oh, it's probably overriding because there's like 30 snows and there's only one. Ah. Oh, you know, that's an easy fix too. We just var collider and then oh, we can just return. No, that won't work. Actually, that will work. That does work. Yes. Just conveniently. If we detect one source of heat, we're done. My next mini project is asteroids in 3D. It'll be easy. Reality stands up and pummels my expectations. That's how you do it. Work smarter. All right, yeah, now we're hot. All right, and standing on this can't hurt us because we don't have health. Okay, so basically what I would like for this to do is I'm gonna take a quick break, but what I would like for this to do is periodically ping JSON blocks and ask, are you snow? If you're snow, die. And then cool. That's it. It can do it randomly, honestly. Um, like get my position and then randomly pick a position within 4 blocks of me and then ask, are you snow? And if it says yes, boom. And we don't need to do this in a quick manner. We can do this in we can do it like every second. Pick 4 blocks. Are you snow? Kill it. That can result in very laggy, uh, it's not instant snow deletion. And that's great. That's what we want. But I'm going to be right back. Okay, I'm back. How much longer till the deadline? It is 6 days, 21 hours, 20 minutes, and 42 seconds. So if I don't sleep that much, that's plenty of time. I can just really crank out the content and make this, because this is just a tech demo right now. This is not a game. Oops, no game loop. But we're getting there. We're getting closer. We have a hunger bar. We don't have any food implemented yet, which is, we can implement some food. We've got this whole leveling system, which doesn't really go anywhere yet, but we can make that go somewhere. We can add like 30 to 40 blocks relatively quickly, because these are just 16 by 16 pixel blobs. And adding behavior to blocks is not that hard with the way that we have things resourced. So let's go to our campfire. I would like for it to do a thing. Showering forbidden, housework forbidden, only code, pants optional. I will get in trouble if I do that. If I had the ability to do that, I would be doing it already. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Go back to the campfire. Now, if I was making this, if I was trying to make this in a way that was, like long term, I would want to flesh out, like, I want these blocks to be able to think. Oh, I probably should do that, actually. Because I do want other blocks to be able to think. So I probably want to have a think function in my resources. How many jams have you done so far? This is the third one. I did one in January and I did one in March. Let's make a campfire script and let's add a function called think. And actually, let's add the function here. Func think pass. And I do need to pass in the block. So I know, so the think function knows who's thinking. And then we go into our handy dandy. Wait, no, if I do it like this, everything is going to think. Every single block is going to think, no, I shouldn't do that. Let's, oh, no. Got it. Hold on. Got it. We just need to make a think component. Is it on itch? Yes. Yes, the jams that I've done are on itch. I mean, I can get a link to them real quick. Hold on. Or I can just get a link to my library. That's not my library. Where are games that I've published? How do I put this? How do I link to this? Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, here we go. I'm mega dumb. Let me just put this right there. Yeah. Naturally. And then this one will go there too, of course, once it's published, which it is not currently. We work in progress. We're going to make a new component, the think component. This does not need to be aware of any positions. This thing has one job. It's to call the think function forever. var parent equals, nope, we don't need to do that here. We can do that here. Parent equals get parent. Parent.think. All right. And now if we want to have a thing, we just give it a think component. You take the combustion speed and that is relative to the heat radius. If object reaches combustion temp, ignite my fire. Math. 6 to 7 days. Yep. We're going to add this think component here. And that makes it think. That means that we need to have a think function in our block. And that only needs to call the think function in our block data. Self. And then we go into our block data. And we go, yo. We go into our, let's create a duplicate of this. We'll call it the campfire script. We do not block it. We do not change our block drop, but we do implement the think function. Okay, so I'll just make sure we're getting here so far before we get any more eager. Okay, so I need to spawn. Oh no, I need wood. It's wood. Wood to make fire. Damn it. It's because I put this here. Yeah, my game is so fragile that if I put the component in the wrong order, it breaks. All right, turn that into that. All right, we're thinking. We're thinking. Now I need this to get adjacent blocks. Think about adjacent blocks. That's all. All we have in this function is the block, which gives us a position, but we don't know blocks that are adjacent to it. We don't really have any context to what's next to us. Oh. What if we create an area 3D? Oh man, I don't want to have to create an area 3D inside of a think block. But I don't know how else we get adjacent blocks, because blocks are not aware of their neighbors. They don't have any magic knowledge. That also means that we can what if you did some design work first? No, there's no time for that. What if instead of a think function, because that's whatever, that's fine. But we could, instead of using a think function, we could use a timer and then just have it be something that happens every 5 seconds. And we can create an area 3D node and initialize it. And it probably won't crash anything if we do that every 5 seconds. There's always time for design. Nah. Let's just delete this. No, I don't need to delete it, but we delete this. Yes. Can create a timer component. I mean, what I alternatively could do is I could have the campfire create the Area 3D node on initialization. I could specify that here. We need to add an additional function. Make that same face when I'm making my games. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'll take it as a good. When we set block data, we can make a function in there called like block data init. And that'll just be blank for most blocks, but for this one, its init will be create an area 3D, attach it to the campfire, and then every 5 seconds, hunt for snow, but only do that if the block has physics. You won't need to stop and think after the design is done. Easier to iterate a whiteboard than it is for code. 26 area 3Ds, 26 raycasts, combustion tick. That's scary. I think we can do that. Set x block data equals x. Why is this k capital? Let's go into our block, make us a function. And then I need to, I don't really want this think anymore. It's just taking up space, but I'll keep it just in case I really need it. But I do want to have a timer function. Or I could just have the timer call the think function. That would be fine too. That would be fine. Yeah, that'd be fine. That's why not? I have done a timer component in other games. Should I just copy and paste that code? Probably. It'll save me time. I need to save time. Let's just keep going. We need the campfire to initialize an area 3D and attach it to itself. Can't we just... we already have the scene. Why are we doing this? Can't we just put an area 3D in the scene? Yeah, we could. That's why I'm using scenes. What am I doing? I'm doing nonsense is what I'm doing. Let's just undo all of everything. Let me go back to... There's no downside to having this function. There's no upside though, so... Go back to the block. Get this out of here. Save that. What are you trying to do? I would like this campfire to periodically delete snow near it. That's my goal. Let's add a new area 3D node. And we need to give it a shape. Oh, we need to give it a collision shape. And that collision shape needs to be... I mean, I guess a sphere is fine. Doesn't really matter. This needs to be 2 meters. And then over here, we have the collision only on layer 3. Or we're not colliding at all. We are not monodrobal because that's not our life. We only care about finding snow. So we don't even care about finding ourselves. What is snow? Is it a physical material? Snow is this thing. that thing. We go back to this, and we can make our think component. I guess we can just put the timer in here, actually. Like, instead of doing this in this process, we'll just create a timer. I don't entirely remember how to do that off the top of my head, but we'll get there. We go back to here, and we have this area 3D. We can just call it from our resource, because it looks like a done deal then. It even has a collider. Yeah. No, it's not. This isn't hard. You just got to do it. We get node block dot get node area 3D dot has overlapping bodies. This is going to collide with ourselves unless we tell it not to. Can you just ask a sphere collider to find the ones that overlap or trace it? I think that's what I'm doing. How do I set exceptions? Godot area 3D set exceptions for collision. You must manage exceptions by configuring collision layers and masks, checking group node types inside signals, or toggling monitoring. Well, all right, we'll just do this. We'll do this live. If this has overlap, this is always going to have overlapping bodies because this is itself a thing on this channel. So, well, we'll just skip that. For collision in a3d.get overlapping bodies. Still use search engines, only AI search the internet now. Yeah. Search engines are great. You could set yourself to a group and negate that. That feels like I need to earn that privilege first. First, I need to submit this, and then I will negate myself. Collision. I shouldn't call this collision. Collider in if collider is snow dot block data dot name equals snow. And then I guess we can just like get a random percent chance of deleting this block. If randi range 0 to 100 equals 100 collider.queueFree. We did it. Now we just need to call this function a healthy number of times. Right, give me a second while I open up my... Did I do this in the dungeon crawler? Oh, why is it on that monitor? That's weird. Actually, no, I have not. But I definitely did it in the Wolfenstein one. Love a little random. I love seeds with random. That is the flavor of game. Oh, man. I definitely didn't do it here. Okay. I guess there's only 5 components. Okay. I'll just make a new one. I'll just make a new one. the think component, we want to set a timer interval float equals, we'll set it to 1.0 by default, but whatever, we'll be able to, oh, it needs to be a var. Yeah, that's fair. How do I work with timers again in Godot as a timer? The timer node is a countdown timer, and the simplest way to handle it is to create a one-shot timer without instantiating a node. Use scenetree.createTimer. There it is. We'll grab that, and then we'll set the time on it to, is it wait time? And then we need to give it a process callback. Nope, that's not right. How do we tell the timer what to do? What signal? The timeout signal. Tick being timers in contemporary code. Element ticks, e.g. fire ticks much faster than ice per second. I mean, that's just science. We want to have a timer. Whoa, what the heck? That's... Why is copy and paste broken in this editor? I just wanted to copy this thing, not the entire freaking document. Thank you. Okay. Hold shift when you paste. The solution. Too few arguments for create timer. Expected at least one, but received 0. What do you want? Time. Oh, okay. Yeah. Timer interval. Yeah, that's fair. Cannot call non-static function create timer on the class scenetree directly. Make an instance instead. What the heck? Godot creating a timer. The heck? I gotta make a node? I don't, why not? Why shouldn't I make a node? We're already a scene. Let's just do it. Let's go all in. How did I do this in code? I don't remember. Some systems will strip metadata and just paste raw text. Oh, I don't want the raw text. I just want the link. I don't know how the entire page, the doc got on my clipboard, but whatever. Let's go ahead and make this happen. Okay, now we have a timer. We don't need to instantiate it because it already exists. Timer dot wait time. Do I even need this variable? If I've got the timer right here, it's fine. I need the variable. Timer dot start. Oh, what's auto start? Hold on. It doesn't matter. I can just start it. It's fine. Hover it. Yeah. I need to, before we do that, I actually need to attach a signal, which we can do because this is a scene. We can just do that. Great. We'll just call the think function. We'll just call we'll make it a function. Oh, I don't need to. This is the function. We can just call this function parent dot think timer dot start. Close that up. We're done. All right. Now I need to go into my campfire and add the timer, the think component. Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, I do. And I need to set a timer interval. Let's set this at 5 seconds. This should work. Everything should be good. Nothing should break. As soon as I walk over here and punch this tree, we get 1 wood. We could turn into a log. All right, and we put this down, and this should start deleting snow every 5 seconds. Oh, okay. Invalid access to the property or key name on a base object type resource snow. Oh, it's block name. Yeah, I hate naming things so much. Why do I do this to myself? I should just make a universal name function and then, or universal name component. All right, start deleting snow every 5 seconds. Why did I set the 5 seconds? I just set it to 0.1 seconds just to witness. I'm going to stand here like an idiot now. Oh, it's working. It's happening. This is way too slow. Yeah, way too slow. Ideally, it's something where like after a minute, it's deleted all the snow. It's gonna like it doesn't have to be after a minute, but like statistically speaking, after a minute, it's deleted all the snow that it's gonna delete. So it doesn't have to be fast. Yeah, I don't like that. I think I'd rather just have the timer hit every second. But I mean, this is working. It's just a matter of balance now. Grats. Oh, thank you. Each cube has fuel, and the fuel has combustion speed. I think that's a different game. This game does not have enough spoons for mechanics like that. I do like the. This is a radius of 2. I don't believe that, but sure. Let me quickly adjust the collision shape to make this. Let's make this 4, and then let's adjust this to be 1. Let's make this like 99. No, let's make it 100. And then sounds easy. Just affects the timer frequency and overlap size. Yeah, it's just a matter of tweaks. Okay, every second. Yeah, okay. Not very fast, but I feel like it gets the job done. It gets the job done. We'll add some effects to the campfire. We have an effects helper that we're not really using. We're just gonna go over here. Where is it? Effects helper. It has 1 function. We need to improve this function to work for when we break the campfire. And then we'll just make another function that's like spawn flickers, and we'll just shoot little particles of light. I don't know, probably not particles of light. We can shoot little squares, 3D squares. We'll make this look less like 4 orange squares and more like a fire. A combustion function is akin to a flood fill if you think about it. I need to think about that. Still, it's impressive no matter how this turns out or is judged. Oh, thank you. I am just going to be happy with the lessons that I've learned. Why did I do that? Oh, I picked it up. I dropped it and picked it up. And I can't break it anymore. Oh, I can't break anything anymore. Why am I frostbit? Wait. Oh. Oh, wow. The range on that is really low. That is... How did I do that? Why is the range of the campfire really low? I am perfectly happy, and I accept if this gets 20th place. I don't mind. Why is this not... Oh, okay. It's because it takes a few seconds to update. That's why. I should probably have the temperature check be a bit bigger, and it should probably check like every second. I should not need to be this close to the fire to get any level of heat protection. This is all balance tweaks. I'll handle the balance tweaks off stream. There's going to be so many balance tweaks. The only other thing that I'm going to work on stream, I'm not going to be doing it today. We're done for today. I'm out of time. I am going to add a hand. We're going to add a cube to the right side of the screen that represents the player's hand, and we're going to put items in it, and we're going to animate that hand, and that is going to qualify us for learning basic rigging, and it's also going to qualify us for figuring out how to turn 2D art into 3D objects. Yeah, I guess if this turns out to be really easy, maybe we can make a mini map. I don't think a mini map is that hard, and it would be nice to do that. But if I don't deliver a map, I'm not gonna sweat it. If I don't deliver a hand, or if I don't deliver some sort of rigging, I'm gonna sweat that. I'm gonna be upset with myself. So the skin modifier is a good way to make a hand, cartoon or realistic. I was gonna make it brown. I wasn't actually sure like how to texture it because I mean the one in Minecraft is not that fancy. Let's be real. Let's look at it. Play the theme game. Oh. We don't even have a hand. We're pre-hand. This is pre-hand. Okay. So if we add a hand, we're already like post. We're already surpassing Minecraft. Great. Well, that doesn't help me show off what I'm talking about. Like, Minecraft is not a sophisticated game, so whatever texture we come up with is going to be good enough. We also need to texture the snow. I mean, like, we don't need to do much, but this is... it could be a little better. The skin modifier gets you an instant rig. You are not ready for weight painting hell and fingers. Oh, I'm not doing finger. This is going to be a square. Let's be on it. Like, I didn't get to show off what it is in Minecraft. In Minecraft, it's a square. And I keep saying square. It's a rectangle. It is not fancier than that. And I don't think you get that many pixels of texture on the rectangle. Because it's coming from your skin. And the skin just doesn't have that many pixels. Anyway. I need to take the win. There was part of me that was worried that like the moment this deletes a snow block, that it somehow corrupts the collision of the world and then I have holes in the world. I'm really glad that didn't happen. I'm glad that whatever block breaking function I wrote is robust enough to handle things other than me breaking blocks. So, shouts out. All right, I'm going to panic now. I mean, we've got a week to turn this from a demo to a actual game. I got to implement a game loop. Got to implement so many blocks to make it varied enough. I got a lot to do. I'm gonna do it. I don't know when I'm going to stream next, but it'll be at some point. Yeah. That is it for me, though. I'm going to head out. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Hope this was cool. Hope you having good game dev luck on your end. Hope you're playing lots of fun games. I hope your game jams are going well. Be sure to keep writing code. Play people's games. Give people feedback. Thanks, everyone, for all the help and the advice. And I'll see you all next time.